We're talking about a language arts test. It has a total of 100 points, and there are 26 questions. So we're going to let X represent spelling, and we're going to let Y represent vocabulary. And what we know is that the spelling plus the vocabulary is a total of 26 questions. Okay. And then we're going to go back to that other piece where we know it's worth 100 points, and we're going to think about how we can represent the rest of the information in this problem, which is that some of the questions are worth more than others, right? So with spelling, which are the X, those are worth 2, so we're going to label those as 2X, and the vocabulary, which are worth 5, so those are worth more, right? Those are represented as 5Y. And together, the 2Y plus the 5Y equal 100 points total. So this is sort of a classic kind of these problems. We often see these with money, because you have a certain number of coins, but they'll be worth a different amount each coin. So this is a classic way that we do these kinds of problems. It's worth thinking about how do you build this kind of a problem. You know you have a certain quantity, and then you also know that certain pieces within the quantity have a different value. Just something to think about as you do these problems. Now we're going to move out of the piece over here where we're thinking about the problem and just focus on the algebra itself. So solving the system. So for this one, I noticed that we have X and Y, and then 2X and 5Y. So what we're going to do is multiply the first equation by -2. That will give us a -2X and a 2X. So that when we add these together, the 2X and the -2X will cancel each other out. We're eliminating a variable, leaving us with only Y's. We're also going to combine like terms. That's going to leave me with 3Y. On the other side, we'll be combining the constant terms. That leaves me with 48. Dividing by 3 gives me Y equal to 16. Right now, we're trying to figure out the number of the spelling words, and those are X. So we need to figure out X. So let's keep going with this here. So I'm going to take my Y, which is 16, and substitute it into either of these, but probably most efficient to pop it in here. So X plus 16 equal to 26. Solving that for X gives me 10. So what does that tell me? That tells me then that there are 10 spelling questions or spelling word questions on this vocabulary test.